This is a WH Caprice. This is the luxury model of the VT-VX, the absolute top of the line, the Caprice. This car, she is the big dog. Big 5.7 litre LS1, 220 kilowatts of course. It's leather, suede, everything. 6-stacker CD player, dual zone climate control that you can control from the back seats, chrome everywhere, everything. This is the full banana, the big dog. Yeah, she's got everything. And I want to show you around this car because it's really exciting. Now, also, I'm just going to address why am I sitting in a chair. That is because I'm wearing a suit to match this car. Obviously, you can see that we're twinning here. I will rip these pants 1000% if I do my normal squatting, and so that's why we have the chair. I'm really excited to show you this car. It's the best example of one of these that I've ever seen, and yeah, it's very, very cool. So let's show you. It's much more obvious from the side that this is the long wheelbase. Obviously, this car normally stops at the end of the doors, because that's why there's like, I don't know, 100 mil or so behind the doors. But the difference in foot room this makes is crazy in leg room, and I'll show you that in a second. But this car is in phenomenal condition. This one has definitely been looked after, garaged its entire life. The paint is fantastic, and these cars have suffered, I don't know how I'd really put it across, but they have really become parts cars for LS1s. And there is really, and I know that I say this about a lot of the cars, but this is true about this one, is that there really is not that many good ones left, because so many of these were bought, engines pulled out of them, LS1 conversions, because you could get these cars for pretty much next to nothing. I mean, I even remember years ago someone buying one similar condition for $800. I mean, that is, you know, for an LS1 version. And there is not that many good ones left, but this one is exceptional. It really has a lot of parts that are hard to find, and I'm really excited to share those with you, because this car is really, you know, driving this car does make me feel a little bit sad, because it really shows what Holden was capable of just 20 odd years ago. I mean, this thing drives no worse than a brand new car. It's comfortable, it's lazy, and it's got V8 power when you need it. It has everything that you need from a daily: aircon, cruise control, everything, all of that stuff. And it has nothing that you don't need. It is dead reliable, of course, being the LS1. Just a great car, relaxing, comfy. Okay, yeah, it's probably not the first car I'd pick to take around a track, but in terms of being a lazy daily, it's absolutely perfect. It's a really, really, really comfy car to drive, and I would absolutely daily drive one. Now, I do admit the styling is not my favorite. I really do admit that. And I do stand by that with almost every Caprice or Statesman of this series that I see, but this one is a little bit different. Obviously, it is stock height. It's a great color, this dark blue. You normally don't see them in this color. Great chrome work. I mean, everything is in such good condition. Obviously, it's been garaged all of its life, but I think the thing that really makes this car stand out is the wheels. They are fantastic. I mean, how often do you see those? Just a really great example of the WH Caprice. Very few left like this at all. Very, very few. As you would expect, the boot is absolutely enormous in this car. I mean, this is a big car, and just a few hints of this car being so honest. It has an umbrella in the back, and it still has its 6-stacker CD player here, which of course is one of the first things that's pillaged when any of these go to the wreckers. This is the real story back here though. This thing, it's so big. Now, I admit, I'm not the tallest bloke, maybe 5'8", 5'8", 5'7". No, 5'8". But there is so much room back here. It is actually crazy. And not only is there a lot of room, but everything is soft velour, and the carpet is extremely plush. This one still has its standard floor mats, which is really cool. The back ones are the same, but the front ones have the Statesman logo. Everything here is either wood grain, it's this suede. It's just so fancy, this velour. And they also have this little armrest that you can put your arm on right there, so it runs all the way through. But most importantly is up here, up in the headlining. So I can either press this button and this little thing folds down and I can look at myself. I can also change the heater, the aircon, and the fan controls, and I can turn the volume up and down and change the channel. Pretty damn cool. I mean, let's remember 2001, and this is a Holden. You know, this is not a Rolls Royce. Now, you could have 3 abreast seating in this car, but that's not really what it was designed for. As you can see, the seat, it is really designed for 2 at most, and the seats really contour to you. And again, this feels premium. The difference between this and a VT executive or VX executive is actually crazy. It really is massively different, and it feels it. And this car even smells clean, smells new. Just a fantastic example. As nice as it is back there, up here is proper nice. Like, everything is leather, everything is velour, carries right through from the back to the front. So we've got door cards that are heaps of different colours and materials. The shifter and handbrake and steering wheel are all leather wrapped, and this car in particular, they're in fantastic condition. This is the best condition leather work that I've ever seen on any VT-VX. They do have a different head unit. I do believe you can plug your headphones in, and there are some headphones in the back. Not 100% sure how that works, so maybe you can tell me in the comments. One of the staples of the Statesman Caprice is the analog clock on the dash, which this car has, which is fantastic. Everything else in here, though, is quite typical VT-VX Commodore. Level 3 cluster. This one has 156,000 Ks. Other than the bits that you touch with your hands, there is not a lot of stuff that is different. I have a VT Calais. It's got all of the same bits as this car. Yeah, just it feels very premium to me. Maybe that's just me. Driving this, it's so smooth, it's so quiet. There is very, very little road noise. And usually when you do hear something, you hear in the LS1. Like I said, I'm not going to flog the guts out of this car. It doesn't deserve that. It's not what this car is about. And if you want to do that, I wouldn't buy one of these. I'd buy an SS. But just such a comfortable, lazy, great daily driver. So I tend to lower all of the cars that I get, and I don't regret doing that. But as a daily, I mean, man, this thing is comfortable. It really is properly nice. And I don't know if it's any nicer than any new car. It's just not. It drives so beautifully. Really, no issues, nothing wrong with it. This era of cars is the perfect daily because it's got enough electronics, like I said earlier in the video, that things don't get wrong. I don't have to pull a choke and things like that. But it's not too much technology that it starts to get in its own way. And you guys know what I mean. A lot of the newer cars, they're so advanced, there's so much stuff going on that it creates problems that these cars just don't have. This was right in the peak of Aussie motoring, and just fantastic cars. And this example of that car is fantastic. Again, the best WH Caprice Statesman that I have ever been in, and it makes that shape look good when it's in this good condition. I would 100% own this car, and most WHs are not really my thing, but this one is. I really dig it. I really like this car. I'm not going to be doing racing and stuff in this car. That's not what it's about. It is about being lazy, taking it easy, and that's what the Statesman Caprices are for. And that's why I think that they should all have V8s. I would love to have pretty much every Statesman on the channel. I have done this one, obviously, and I've done the model after this one for the VYVZ, the WK. And in the future, I would like to do the WM and WN, the VEVF ones, respectively. And you know what? I'd probably like to do the old Kingswood ones as well. And again, most of them, the vast majority of them are 8s. And I think, again, that's exactly how it should be. Now, I mentioned before that a lot of these cars are bought and pillaged for their parts, and the main thing that people buy these for is the 5.7 litre LS1 V8. It used to be one of the cheapest ways to get this running gear, and let's be honest, a lot of these cars were totally ruined. They weren't worth saving, and a lot of them have just been destined to parts cars. So that is why it is rare that you see one in such good condition like this one. Again, very, very cool special car, and I have really enjoyed my day with it. These cars have also been pillaged for some other parts, and that includes the interior, the seats. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but the other stuff is the inner and outer door handles. They are real metal, not the chrome covered plastic that you sometimes see. These are some of the ultimate parts cars that people use to do up their standard Commodores, and again, another reason why there are so few of these left. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I have really enjoyed my time with this car. It has been a privilege, really it has, to drive this, and because there's just not many like this anymore. even original wheels, standard height. This really is a complete package. And again, I have never been a fan, as I said in the video, of the WH styling, but this one it really stands out. It really does, and I think that is because it is so standard, so well looked after, and to me so desirable. I really like this car, and I really would own it. If you would like your car on the channel and these are your kind of videos, please follow along, subscribe, and thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. You guys have also been buying a ton of my Shed Shirts merch, which I really, really do appreciate, and that really helps me do these videos and be able to, get my hands on cars like these and share them with you guys, because they are fantastic and they are really a part of the Holden story.